Hello everyone, this is Jay.
This is Amelia.
And we're back again with Exo Spotlight. A lot of people have been saying, let's bring it back because there's a lot of interesting people that they want to hear from. And so today, who do we have in the studio?
We have Azzam, aka Shazam.
Yeah. So we put up a post asking you guys for questions. We got a really good turnout and a lot of good, interesting questions, I think, right?
Very interesting, yeah.
So today we're going to ask him your questions as well as find out a bit more about who he is, how he started dancing and where he came from, how he made it from Sudan all the way here to Sydney. We hope you enjoy and let us know if you think we should keep doing more of these spotlights. I guess you've already spoken and said we should. I guess we have to do more of them, you know?
Yes.
So here we are again. Enjoy Exo Spotlight featuring Azzam. Hello everybody, my name is Jay with
Amelia.
And we're here back again with the Exo Spotlight. Today we have a very special guest. He is, of course, Shazam.
Shazam! Thank you.
He's here with us in the Studio One, and we're going to ask him some questions that you guys have asked. Apparently there are a lot of questions. Is that right, Amelia?
Yeah, I mean, it started slow, but then just a bunch of people started asking heaps of things.
But yeah, it is our pleasure to have Shazam here today. Shazam, maybe do you want to talk a bit about yourself and who you are and how you got into dance?
Oh, okay. So first of all, my name is Azzam. I was born and raised in Sudan until I was 10 years old, and then I moved to Saudi Arabia with my family. So the dance basically was always part of our traditional and our culture. So whatever there's, any event, weddings, graduations, any ceremony, like the dance is always involved, the music is always involved. It was always just because they love the music in the first place. Also, we don't have clubs, we don't have bars, you know, like we don't have like jams as in like DJs and stuff like that, but it's only like a keyboard, piano, and that's it. Like this is what most of the youth they get down to. Other than that, it's all traditional and music and dance.
Were you good back then?
Like I was actually good at our own traditional dance. It's only about just the bounce, and we just like get into it. We don't have like, okay, this is foundation, this is basic. We don't have all that. It's just like whatever comes to your mind, you just do it. You know what I mean? It's all about the attitude, the character that you put in with the music, and that's it. Always loved like acting and like do all those silly stuff. I like that clown character most of the time. So that was my character back then. So the music, once the music hits you, you just do whatever. About hip hop and street freestyle, when I moved to Saudi Arabia, I saw a couple of people actually get down on the street, and that's when actually I was like, yeah, that's actually cool. Like I want to try that. From music videos to movies, I was like, just let me copy and do whatever and just let me do it. And that's how I get involved to it. More and more when I went to Malaysia in 2011 to study uni. That's when I started like, okay, let me take classes and actually let me learn and let me see what's this all about. Like what's hip hop, what's popping, what's locking, what house, and all of that things. All this technical stuff for me was like, oh man, what is this? You know what I mean?
Do you think that that's wrong, all that technique and foundation? Do you think it should just be, dance should just be like however you feel? And
no, actually, it's always good. At the end of the day, like everyone has his own thing, like the way they do it, you know what I mean? And as long as you have fun with it, like you enjoy it, I think it's completely up to you on how you want to do it, you know what I mean? Like some people, they really enjoy just drilling all day, literally, you know what I mean? And some people, they just, for me, I'm kind of lazy, like, and I know that, so I like actually just dancing. I'll put on the music. That's the only time that I'm not lazy, when I can just like go more and more for hours and hours, like as long as the music is on. But the moment like there's no music, I'll be just like, okay, so what's going on? Okay, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? When I look up to all the OGs, like the way they go clubbing and all stuff, E-Joy and Khalif and Brian Green, all these guys, they are fit. They're crazy. They do stuff that is so crazy. Yeah. And it's just partying, but at the same time, they do a lot of
technical.
Exactly. So I think both can work out.
So then that was in Malaysia. So how did you come to Australia? How did you come to Sydney?
Okay, so in Malaysia, I studied electronic engineering. When I was growing up, I was always fascinated about like robots and stuff, like #nerd. Anyway, no. So I studied engineering, and then after I finished, 2 years ago, I heard about a visa called Graduate Visa for Engineers. Which basically gives you a year and a half in Australia. So I just decided, you know what, just let me try it out and see how it is. Because I was the first one in my family who actually traveled and studied outside. Because my father has this policy as, you all go and study in Sudan. I don't know, he just went easy on me, I guess. And from there, actually, I love traveling. I was like, you know what, that's actually so cool. Like, just let me go. That's how I found out about Sydney. I met, I think, Keanu, Jack, and all these guys overseas in Singapore. Out of Jam,
RF Jam,
Yeah, out of Jam. Yeah, in out of Jam first, and then I met up with Keanu, Elan, through down, and then we had like sessions and stuff. So that like kind of like made it so easy for me to actually like, you know what, just let me come here and take the dance scene over here. Yeah.
What do you think about Australia? For not the dancing first, just Australia in general, and then we'll get to the dancing.
Man, Australia is so big. Oh my god. Oh man, Australia is very nice. Like first, like you guys have 4 seasons. So like I've never had that before. It's always just either hot or cold. Or when I went to Malaysia, either just rainy season or just hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now it's like I got to see like the tree falling and stuff. Like, cause
Awesome.
I'm always like when I see all that just only in movies, I'm like, oh, this Western culture is crazy. Like how they have all of that. You know what I mean? So I got to see that with my own eyes.
We don't have snow though. We don't have a.
Yeah, there's no snow yet. Yeah, that's the only thing that I really want to see. Like that's the only thing that I've never seen like white snow. Like not yet.
Okay, so then what do you think about the dancing?
Before I got to Australia, I was actually I had like a little concern. Like how is it gonna be the dancing scene over here? Is it like competitive, as in like in Europe where people like actually, boom, they go crazy on each other and how it is and da 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 da. I think when I had a session with Keanu and in Singapore, I was like, oh okay, he's pretty much he's a very cool dude. You know what I mean?
Kind of so chill about everything.
And I was like, just let me get into it like straight away. So when I remember I arrived to Sydney in January 30th, 2016.
Okay, yeah.
And then 1st of February, it was Saturday. There was all-star battle. I straight away, like I was like, just let me join. And it was 2-on-2 battle. And I remember I was like, I don't know anyone. So I just got in. I was like, hey, you know what, just put me with anyone. And then there's this guy, I think he's a backpacker or he just like, I don't know, he's a tourist or whatever from France. And they put me together.
Who was it?
His name is, if I'm not mistaken, I think Lutfi. After my auditions, after the battle, after everything, I remember Shucks was the MC, Jackie was the judge. After the battle ends, Jackie straight away came to me and she said, dude, where are you from? Like, we've never seen you before. I was like, yeah, I'm from Sudan, and they were just told the story. She's like, man, like seriously, it's good to see you dancing and stuff. And then Chuck's come to me, he said, yo bro, man, you're so fresh, man. Like how long you been here for? I was like, man, less than 24 hours. You know? The welcoming was so overwhelming. And then Keanu, I remember when he saw me outside, he was like, dude, Farah, what are you doing here? I was like, man, I just moved to Sydney like, I don't know, like yesterday. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, man, just go upstairs, you're gonna meet up everyone. That's when I met up with Nye, Jamie, and all that. And then the day after, Jamie straight away, he just added me on Facebook, and then he was like, yo, hey, there's a party at this place, just come along. I was like, okay, just send me the address and then I'll meet you. And it's like, that's it. And then I just like, boom. I was like, you know what? Like, it was so easy, like everything. And the vibe is so friendly. And even like, I think a few weeks later, again, Chuck texted me. It's like, yo, so how you find Sydney? How's everything, bro? Like, and I was like, yeah, actually, it's a loving place to be in. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was very welcoming. So basically, last July, which is two or three, 4 months ago, my visa got expired. So I had to just make a decision to change it to student visa, so I can stay here even longer.
Is that the goal? Do you want to stay in Australia, or what do you reckon? Like,
to be honest, definitely one of my goals. I just decided to, hey, you know what, like this is the place to be for me. Is like one of the things that I realized, like whatever you have in your mind, you can actually achieve it over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of
Like,
opportunity.
yeah. Any opportunity like you have, like if you want to be an engineer, easy for you, like because everything is available here. You know what I mean? Back home, it's hard for you as an artist to just like, oh, okay, let me grow up and do this. Because it's like the place you're in, okay, everyone wants to be a lawyer, everyone wants to be an engineer, everyone wants to be a doctor, even your family, they kind of like give you this at the same time as a like, hey, you know what? So when you grow up, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a doctor or do you want to be an engineer? You know what I mean? Yeah. When I really get into this dance and music and stuff, I used to go to check the Performing Arts Center back in Sudan, and actually like the people over there, like you can count them in your hand, like literally, like there's not a lot of people over there, like, and it's kind of sad, like at that moment, like even because there's heaps of people that can really sing, there's heaps of people who are musicians and they are talented, they can act, they can do a lot of stuff, but the support from government or like even from people, they like, no, you can actually open a house with this, you can feed your kids with this, you can do this. This is what's happening at the moment, like back home, like where there's like, even my friends that I know, like there's a lot of people who are, they have no jobs and they try and seek like the first opportunity for them to get out. That's one of the things it made it for me, like to just like, you know what, like I could just start a life over here. But the only thing as well, like, man, Australia is damn far, man. God,
Yeah, I
damn it. So that's one of the things.
A
like,
lot of oceans to wherever you want to go.
Exactly. So, like,
Yeah,
the moment you
States.
decide to go out, wow, it's just you need to think about. Oh, okay, that's a long journey to get there. Yeah.
All right. I guess moving on a bit, I want to talk about your crew,
Yeah.
Riddim Nation. So
Riddim Nation.
How did that come about? How did you get into this? What's the go?
No, so okay, so Riddim Nation, wow. It all go back to Jamie. I remember he tagged me on an event. He was like, yo, there's a party going on, just come in. I was like, okay, cool. The day after, again, he tagged me in, hey, there's another party, come in. I was like, yeah, I'm down. And I remember I was with him and Nye. We were in a Thai restaurant near Central. He was like, hey, you know what? Like, there's another member like you haven't met yet. I was like, who's he? He's like, his name is Joji, because they already formed the crew with Joji already. Or actually, like, the crew was there. It's just Jamie and I, and the idea is just all of just partying and that's it. And they made it official with Joji, and then he told me like, hey, you know what? Like, if you haven't met Joji yet, and then he showed me a video of 3 of them. They filmed it in Newtown. I was like, yo, man, this guy is cool. Like, yo, like, I gotta meet this guy. And then I met up with Joji the first time in Seoul, Sydney last year in May. And man, the dude is crazy. Like, all of us from like different background. It's all about the culture. It's all about the music. It's all about not only the dance, like even like the fashion, the food, like everything. Like the roots. And that's when he decided, like, you know what, like I think the sound, because every time we say Riddim Nation, everyone goes back to like Janet Jackson,
yeah.
you know. And then he was like, yeah, no, I want it to be like Riddim Nation, as in like more of related to roots, culture, and music.
Any big plans for Riddim Nation in 2018?
Oh man, we have heaps of plans. Is the thing is, like, again, it's what I like about all of us. Actually, like, we all different in a way that is so crazy. Everyone has his own thing to achieve. Like Joji, he works in a barber shop and he's actually crazy. The dude, like, been trained to cut hair like almost, I don't know, like more than 10, 20 years now. Like, he's crazy. He's so good. And then you have Jamie, like, he wants to be a chef and he's crazy as he's doing. You got Nye, he's basically, he can do everything.
Yeah, he can do
you know,
everything.
Like, we have heaps of ideas, so
Cool.
it's coming up soon.
All right, I guess we should bring it out in audience questions. Is there anything else you want to add about your journey before we get to there? From back then to now, or you think we covered it pretty well?
Man, for me, it's like, I would say the only thing, I'm just grateful for everything that's happening through my journey, like everything from a lesson that I learned, like back in Sudan, like, and me moving to Malaysia. Because of all of that, like, it made me move to Malaysia, and because all of that from Malaysia moved me to Sydney. So I would just say that regardless what happened, you don't know what's the reason behind it at the moment, but maybe you will know why that happened later. So just be grateful to everything that's happening for you, and just go with the flow. Sometimes it's really needed. Just go with it.
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Good advice.
That's Jaye's
Good
line.
life advice. Let's go with the flow. Let's see what Anyway,
Yeah.
audience questions. So remember, you can pass 3 if you don't feel comfortable with the questions.
Yeah.
You can say, I don't want to answer this question, but only 3 times.
Okay.
So save all the hard ones to the
Okay.
end, Amelia. Amelia, what have people asked and who's asked them? Shout outs.
Okay, so Alice just asked a bit about kind of like your dance history, kind of. So she was just asking, what was your first style of dance? And you kind of mentioned, like, you know, you danced like the cultural dance, right? But
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool to hear more about it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I just started all just mainly with the like Afro, me growing up with it until 2011. Like even before that, when I started like I tried to learn those moves without knowing the names or what these guys are doing. So I used to watch You Get Served, and I used to have
The best.
yeah, I used to
Real
have like a
dancers.
videotape. So I put on the videotape, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like, let me memorize this, let me do that. But then when I moved to Malaysia, there was an event called Funk Life. So basically what they do, there's a club called Zouk, and every Monday they have like a special night for dancers. I remember the first time I went there, because I was like, the moment I would get into Malaysia, I was like, yo, really, like, let me search, let me do this. So I found out that. So when I went there, I was really shocked, because that was the first time seeing like those moves, like with my own eyes. I was like, yo, okay, that's crazy. Like, this guy's been on his head.
Yeah.
This guy's doing this.
You're doing
This
just like you got served.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It was just crazy. And everyone is in this corner and like the cipher and all that. Like, it was crazy. So I stood up, and then the guys were like, oh man, what's up? How you doing? Oh. And I'm like, they asked me straight away, like, come and dance, enjoy the cipher. I was like, no, I'm not a dancer. Like, I'm like, straight away, I'll try it back up. And then they're like, no, just come in, man. I was like, no. He's like, dude, it's an underground event, so if you found it means you're actually a dancer, because like no one knows about this except dancers. I'm like, okay, whatever. So the first thing I did, I remember this move, which is like a robot.
Oh my god.
He's doing the dangling arm thing.
Yeah.
You do the robot. Yeah.
It was funny, man. And then that's when I met up with Jackson Boogie Jay for the first time. And then he was talking to me. He's like, hey, what do you want to do? Like, I was like, man, I want to do popping. And then he was like, okay, show me your popping. I was like, okay. So I started dancing. I remember I used to use my shoulders like up and down as a like, okay, I'm hitting and I'm popping. Yeah. And then he was like, no, watch me. And then the moment he started popping, I was like, oh, that's crazy. So that was my very first style to learn, was popping by Jackson Boogie Jay. And then my very first international workshop was by Slim Boogie back in Malaysia. And then my second style, it was in Gatsby dance competition in Malaysia. And they had like free workshop. And there was like a house workshop by a guy, his name is Fellas. That's when I learned my very first house move. And I really get into it. And I was like, yo, the music is so dope. That's when I really fell in love with house. And then later, when Henry Link came for Malaysia Got Hip Hop in 2014, that's when I started learning hip hop. And from there, I just took it from there. I would say my main inspiration, and one of the guys that I really look up to, and one of the guys that I really learned a lot from, his name is Alex Papi Rex from Malaysia. Big shout out to him if he ever heard this. Like, yeah, so
tag him.
Yeah.
I'm sure Amelia knows who he is.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, so you started in popping. Would you still classify yourself as a popper? Would you say I'm a popper, or?
Nah, like for me, like, okay, like one of the things that I really want to achieve is that I really want to like pass one of those like massive prelims of popping competition. But I can't like say I'm a popper or I'm a hip hop dancer. I would say I'm just a dancer. It's really hard because it's funny because I remember Daniel from Flair Brothers. He came here for Line Zero Throwdown, and then Johan like he hosted him, and because I met up with Daniel in Malaysia Got Hip Hop. That time I was really into just popping at that time. So Daniel asked Johan, he was like, yo, do you know Azzam? Because I heard he moved to Sydney. And then Johan said, oh, you mean Azzam the house dancer? And then Daniel was like, no, I know that Azzam, he's only doing popping. Like, no. And then Johan said, like, no, like, there's only one Azzam here. Like, he does house, like, he doesn't do popping. So yeah, and then when I met up with Daniel and Johan at the same time, Daniel was like, yo, this is Azzam that I was talking about. And then Johan was like, okay, that's Azzam that I'm talking about.
There's only one.
Yeah. And then they were like, oh, okay. And then that's when Daniel was like, oh, so you're doing house now? I was like, well, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just moving around, man. That's whatever the music takes me, I just go with it. That's it. But yeah, I'll say I'm just a dancer, man. Just go with it. Like, yeah, have fun, enjoy the music.
Well, I guess we should talk about this because your name is Azzam, but we always call you Shazam. Where did Shazam come from?
Oh, so Shazam basically back in Malaysia again. So I used to study in a school called Uniton, and at that time there's no dance club in that school. So I used to go to the nearest school called Lim Kok Wien University. I met up with this guy. His name's Lucas. He said this thing back in Slovakia where they add chat to certain names as a slang thing. So he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna call you Shazam from now on. I was like, all right, cool. Like, that can be like the DC comic character.
Yeah.
So basically the DC character is a kid who, just a normal kid. He turns into lighting god every time he screams Shazam. Yeah. So I feel like similar to my situation, because I'm kind of like, I would say I'm kind of quiet when there's no music and stuff, but the moment like the music is on, I'm like, oh man, okay, just like I'm full of energy and all of that. Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's no way that you are quiet. What are you talking about? Like, I have not seen this side of you.
Oh man, yeah, man, like you have not like.
Dance studio,
Yeah. When like there's the music, I'll be like just chilling at home, just playing my games and stuff. Like I'll be like lazy as crazy, like have no idea. Yeah.
Do you want people to call you Shazam or Azzam?
Well, I always introduce myself with my real name, so I think it's like, if you know my real name, that's fine. Like, you can call me Shazam, like, for sure. Like, but at least you know my real name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even when you introduce me to someone for the first time, just introduce me with my real name so people can really know who you are first. And then I can go with like, because we have this thing back home as well, like, especially with people who has the name like Muhammad, because a lot of people like have the names common. So we always have a nickname for them. And I'm like, okay, like, at least let me know your real name before you introduce yourself with the nickname. There's a lot of people that I know their nicknames until now, but I don't know their like real names. I'm like, yo, man, that's like, it's not kind of good, man. Like, just let me know your real name first, because especially like with nicknames, like it's cool, but at the end of the day, your name is something special. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So going back to the start of this, Azzam, this is with Azzam, not Shazam. His name's Azzam. You started off, this is Shazam. No, okay, apparently this is
No.
It's okay. What are you doing? Jay's not my real name either. So. Anyway, back to the questions.
How would you describe your style?
My style? Oh my God.
Let's say one word or something like that. Something simple.
I would say clown.
Clown.
Like, I would say like more of a clown character. Like, if I have to say just one word, okay, just clown. I like clown. Yeah.
This is a question from Rhonda. She asks, what's the one song that never fails to hype you up?
Man, all the Afro music. Any Afro music, like, it will hype me up. I'll go crazy. I can't name one song.
Yeah.
It's hard.
What's an artist that you recommend or something?
For Afro music, like there's heaps like this, because there's different sounds in every country. Like from Nigeria, they got a sound. Like from my country, they have a sound. Uganda got a sound. Angola got a sound. Zimbabwe got a sound. South Africa got a sound. But at the moment, if I have to answer this question, like I'll recommend everyone right now to just go and check DJ Ganiani from South Africa, and check out House Groove number 9. The whole playlist is so good. Like all the songs are very good and very nice. And we used one of them for our showcase, our very first showcase with the Riddim Nation in Crossover Showcase. That was one of them. Like, yeah. But I recommend to listen to the whole album.
And he just asked, what's your favorite city or country and why?
Australia, of course.
Is it Australia?
No, that's...
The list is crazy. For me, my favorite is I would go back to my city. Like it's a very small, not even a city, it's like a village. It's called Nori. It's in north of Sudan, and it's just right next to the Nile River. And like I just miss that place because it's just my grandma's house as well. It's just like the life is so simple. You got your own farm, you got your own sheep. There's not lots of cars and stuff. Like there's still people using like, I don't know, horses and donkeys for transportation and stuff. Like, so the life is so simple. So yeah, I would definitely miss that place. Definitely, like so quiet. The nature, it's just natural place to stay in. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Home,
so, yeah.
Home is always home.
Yeah. So yeah, Nori. Look that up.
Shout out to Nori. Shout out to Shazam's grandma.
When was the last time you were there? Just out of curiosity.
The last time I was there was 2013. Yeah, 2013. Yeah, way back, man. But very soon, once I get my permanent residence, like, I'll definitely go back.
Easier to go back.
Yeah, it's way easier.
Who parties the hardest in Riddim Nation?
Nai. Oh my God, like Nai is crazy, man. Nai is crazy, but at the same time, if me or Jamie, Gabby or Joji, like it depends on the music as well.
Yeah.
Like if any of us, like if the music just hits you up, like man, everyone just go nuts, like really, like just go crazy. But in general, like I would say Nai, like his energy never ends.
I've never seen Nai tired. Not really.
Nah, like his energy never ends. Like he's just all over the place, and he always surprises you with something. You don't know, like he literally surprises you with something every time, and there's so many stories. Taz will tell you about this later.
Well, okay, follow-up question: who's the most popular with girls or guys on the dance floor? Who picks up the most?
I would say Nai, definitely Nai, cause Nai, man. Yo, I remember. Okay, I'll tell this story.
Yeah.
So Nai, I remember when he came from US. Yeah, it was the last '90s night in Play Bar. Big shout out to Play Bar.
Yeah.
I remember Nye went crazy. Man, he took his shirt off. like it just all of a sudden, I was like, because he did like a very good set. It was crazy, like everything in it. Like, and then all of a sudden, this guy, like, he took his shirt off, and man, and people just go crazy. You know what I mean? You know, ladies love crazy stuff. I guess.
That's the quote of this episode. Ladies love crazy stuff.
Actually, following that question as well, like for people listening, where do you recommend to party?
Okay, here's the thing. Like when people say, okay, party, they always go, okay, clubbing, get drunk, or pick up girls, or this, or that. But I think it's just like, I always want to say party, hey, you know what? Like we can just play music here in the studio, and let's just get down for the whole night. That's it. You know what I mean? Let's do our thing, like the things that we normally do, just all together, just non-stop, just dance. You know what I mean? And let's just have fun with it. I remember when I was in the Judgment Day in Malaysia, the recent event, Buddha Suresh mentioned a story, and he said one of his friends, like he used to actually do a party in the studio. He just basically covered the mirror, and then he just like put on speakers and just like put on the music and just like, hey. And when he promoted for the event, he promoted it as a like, hey, it's a party, but the place is a dance studio. So just come in and just like, okay, have your drink, whatever, just come on the dance floor and just have fun, enjoy. Like at this moment, there's a lot of people going to ICC for sessions and stuff. Why didn't we just like have a massive session like this and just, it's a party, you know what I mean? You have like definitely Soul of Sydney is the one of the biggest party that like definitely I recommend if you want to just go and just get down and have fun. There is also Freedom Sessions, it's happening every month. What's the name of the bar? I think it's Flow and Hustle. Hustle and Flow? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Hustle and Flow, near Redfern Station. It's happening every month. It's called Freedom Sessions. And it's one of those nights where it just really is for dancers. But you know, people just need to just get out. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah.
Just gather, have fun.
Yeah, just gather, have fun. Just put on different music, get out of comfort zone and just have fun. You know what I mean? Just enjoy.
This is from Joanne. What is one part of our culture you hate, and what is one you love?
I think the hate is more interesting. Love, you've already said.
Let's start with the hate.
No, okay. Like for me, it's like I would say it's always interesting to just go to different places, because at the end of the day, you just got to interact with different people, different culture, and so for me, like coming from different background, different culture as well. Like maybe there's some things that would be conflict with your culture. So for me, what I usually do is just I adopt something that is can really like be beneficial to me, and it do me good. And if there's something that I don't like it, I just stay away from it. You know what I mean? From it.
So
like,
what do you stay away from?
So for me, like either way, I don't drink. Yeah. But I heard like this like a really drinking culture over here. Yeah. So, but it's just like when I go on party, like these guys, they mess up the party, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm on the dance floor, and these guys, they just go crazy on the dance floor with the drinks, and they, I didn't hit the table.
No,
don't worry. Like I'm not mad. No. So, no, it's just like, at the end of the day, like I can't control that. It's just like they go on the dance floor, they spend on the dance floor, and they ruin the vibe and all that. It's just a message to everyone, like just adopt whatever you like, and if just something you don't like and it maybe like had a conflict maybe with whatever your culture, your religion, anything, just stay away from it. That's it, because at the end of the day, like I'm the visitor here.
So, sorry, just to go back to that, wait, you don't drink?
No.
Have you never drunk?
No.
I don't either.
I know you don't drink. I didn't know that you didn't drink. Is that just like cultural or religious, or just your choice? Or?
Like besides the religion thing, but just for me, just like I've never tried out. Like I've never smoked, never tried out. I don't know how it looks like. I don't know how it smells like. I don't know. So it's like I've never like have the curiosity to try it out. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What was your most memorable moment in Popping Nation or Lucky Stars?
Oh, Lucky Stars. Okay. So
just to preface this, if people don't know what we're talking about, you were in Lucky Stars, which is a team in Popping Nation.
Yeah.
And whose team was that?
It was Keanu's team, yeah. Well, the first thing that came up to my mind when I heard this question, I would say, when Rachel did the butterfly.
Oh, yes.
So basically we had this routine where she's supposed to turn from like a small...
Cocoon, is it?
Huh?
Like a cocoon?
Yeah, to butterfly. And but we took the idea like to a whole nother level, and we brought up actually a butterfly wing, literally. So, and she, yeah, in a battle, an actual battle, and she decided to wear it, and yo, we supported that decision. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was funny, and yo, big shout out to Rachel, big shout out to Lucky Stars, man. Like, I've learned heaps, and for me, it's like, I think like every time we spend together, it's memorable. Like, we had a movie night, and we bragged together. Like, we had like a night where Keanu decided to just drill us like crazy. Never forgot that. And there's a night where like really, like for me, because it's kind of hard to memorize routines and stuff, so I kind of give bit stuff on myself sometimes. But yeah, like these guys, they keep on pushing me, like, and they being patient like the whole time. And yeah, like a big shout out to every member of Lucky Stars. Yeah. So I would say Rachel, the butterfly.
Looking forward to Puppy Nation 2018?
Definitely. I told Jack, like, I'm not gonna stop Puppy Nation until I be a student to every coach of their team. So yeah, I'm just looking forward. As long as I'm here, I'm definitely gonna be in Puppy Nation every year.
If you're listening and you're a pupper, make sure you get on more Puppy Nation. It is probably the biggest.
Yeah, it's one of the, yeah, seriously, it's what Jack and Dennis are doing. It's just amazing, and seriously, I have no words to describe that. They put like sweat and blood to this for the community, and these guys, they've been really nothing but good leaders to everyone here. Yeah.
Like a lot of people were talking about like your booty and your hips. Like,
what were they saying about his booty and his hips?
I'll just
list them off.
I'll just say it. Like, how do you get your booty to move like that? We heard your hips don't lie. Is this true?
Shout out to the people who asked these questions.
Oh my god. Okay, basically, if you observe any of the Afro dances, the hips is got to be involved. You know what I mean? It's a part of the culture. Like when it comes to Afro, I would say attitude, character, your hips, being like when you stay low and all that. If I want to name basics and foundation of Afro dancing, I would say those things. Yeah, it's always hips, character, attitude, and stay low. Yeah.
Do you need to have a big booty to be able to do Afro?
Oh no! Oh, yo, nah.
Because we're Asians, so we don't have as much.
Nothing to show off.
Nah. It's more of like, I mean, look at Shakira, man. She doesn't have that big ass booty, but yeah, she knows how to work it. That's it. Like, yeah, like if you know how to work it out, just do it. You know what I mean?
Lightning round. We do lightning round at the end when we're running out of time.
All right, what's your favorite food?
Gurasa.
What is that?
Gurasa is a Sudanese dish food. And it's made of like bread and sauce. Look it up, Gurasa, Gorasa.
Can you get it in Australia?
If you want to get it, go to a restaurant called Durman in Blacktown.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the only Sudanese restaurant that I know. So yeah.
What's one style of dance that you've never tried that you want to try?
I would say locking.
Locking.
I copy a little bit from Knife here and from there, but I like, yeah, I want to learn like proper locking style, like all the angles and stuff. Yeah.
Amelia's giving the thumbs up. She's like, yes.
Yeah, you should try it.
Sounds like...
Favorite game?
Favorite game? I'm really into sport game. Okay, FIFA 18.
Is there any place in the world you want to travel to?
I really want to go to South Africa. I want to go to Zimbabwe. I want to go to Zambia. I want to go to Angola, Uganda, and Namibia, Botswana, and yeah, those countries. And yeah, I'm thinking of doing like African tour very soon.
That'd be so interesting.
Yeah, very soon. To be honest, like it's all about the culture and the roots. So I really love the African culture in general. I don't want to just stick with my own style or my own traditional dance from Sudan. So I just really want to try those because I've been doing it by just copying them or jamming with people who are from those countries, but I've never been to those countries to actually like get down with them exactly, so I can experience the culture. And one thing that I want to say, when people say Afro house, there's no such thing as Afro house style. Afro house is the genre of music. So house dance is house dance, but like this genre of music, like you have like Afro house, you got soul house, deep house, whatever. But there's no style called Afro house style. It's kuduro or bensola. If people are mentioning that as in like the style or the footwork or whatever, it's the kuduro or bensola or paradel, all those stuff. Yeah, but Afro house is the genre of music.
talking about Afro House, you do have a workshop.
Yeah, so basically, I did like 3 classes. I was covering up like different dances from different countries. So I started by Sudan and Eritrea. It's more about the shoulders and stuff, and then I went to Zambia, where you use the shatta. So it's more about the chest and then like the groove of it. And then from there, like we moved to Kuduro and like more of, I would say, party dances. And then for the 3rd class, I'm gonna focus more about the hips, since everyone's talking about the hips. So tomorrow basically is gonna be a lot of just hips work and party dances that includes the hips as well. So I'm looking forward to it, and let's see how it is. We're gonna get down to just Afro vibe all day.
So if you want to know how Shazam got his booty, come tomorrow.
Exactly.
Friday at 8:15.
If you're so interested, just come in. I'll show you that booty.
Personally, yes.
All
Yes.
right, Our, how do you feel about this? Everything?
Man, first of all, like, thank you guys so much. Like, I really appreciate this, and I really appreciate this opportunity. And big shout out to Crossover, Jaye, Amelia, for all what you're doing, guys, like, for the community as well. And yo, like you can just tell, like, how like people are coming here, like, every day, just jam and learn and all that. And to be honest, like, it was easy. It's the easiest way. You know what I mean? Like, when people like come visit for the first time, they always like ask me like, oh, where's the place to jam? I'm like, okay, just come to Crossover. You know what I mean? And it's just so easy to meet up with everyone here. I'm looking forward to hear from other people as well.
I think that's it. Thanks very much, Shazam.
Thank you so much.
See you in class.
Yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Arigato gozaimasu. Shukran. Yaddikum al-afiyah. Thank you so much. Peace and love. See ya. And what else? Shukriya. What else I can, I think, gracias.
Gracias, that's it.
That's it.
So how was that, Amelia?
Yeah, it was really interesting. You know, we don't get many people like Shazam, like from, you know, Sudan and stuff, so I thought it was really cool to hear about that.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff I didn't know, actually. It was like first time hearing it, and like, I feel I know him a lot better now, and I can kind of get a better idea of his mindset for his dance as well.
Yeah, and who he is, and yeah, super interesting.
Okay. So now that Shazam is done, who's next?
Who is next? Let us know.
Yeah, we'd like to know from you guys who you want to hear from. If there's anybody that you think would be interesting to ask questions to, or just, you know, grill about certain things. Personally, I think Josie should be next.
I think Josie is a great candidate.
Yeah, but do you guys have anyone you want to hear from? Please post below. It's not about us, it's about you. Who do you want to hear from? Let us know, and we will get on to it. You know, I don't think we could possibly do this every week. That's probably too much.
Nah, we'll
Maybe
do it when
every
we
fortnight,
can.
every month. What do you think?
Yeah, monthly or bi-weekly.
We can do fortnightly if Amelia edits it, which she's going to do now. Yeah, good job, Amelia. So, in other news, Amelia's going to do all the editing.
No, not now. Maybe next year, but not now.
Let's swap. I'll do one and then you'll do one.
You do this one first.
Okay, okay, I'm doing this one. So next time, Amelia's going to edit it. Really time consuming.
You want it out by tomorrow, so we'll see.
I gotta do it now, I gotta sit down and do it. All of that aside, we hope you've enjoyed listening to this, and it's been interesting, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, and we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah.